After a week of waiting, Will Smith finally spoke about Chris Rock's recent Netflix comedy stunt about their infamous slap in the Academy Awards last year. The comedian spoke out for the first time in extensive detail about the Oscar slap of 2022 that will go down in history forever. However, sources say that Will Smith thinks Chris Rock's distasteful comedy special was below the belt, and that he was embarrassed and hurt. But what else did he say about the Netflix stand-up? That's what we're finding out in this video. But of course, before I spill anything, make sure first that you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell for more updates and videos like this. Now, let's dive in. Will and Chris's incident occurred live at the 94th Annual Academy Awards ceremony on March 27, 2022, when the Saturday Night Live alum made a distasteful joke about Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. "Jada, I love ya. G.I. Jane too. Can't wait to see ya," Rock said in part, making a comparison between Jada's shaved head and actress Demi Moore's buzz cut in the 1997 movie G.I. Jane. Jada, for her part, has gone public with her years-long struggle with alopecia, an autoimmune disorder that attacks hair follicles and can result in hair loss and balding. She was visibly upset at Chris's comment, rolling her eyes from her seat as he defined the joke. Will then stepped on stage to slap the comedian, although the live broadcast quickly began to censor the exchange between Will and Chris. Uncensored footage that aired internationally revealed what was really said between the actors. "Will Smith just smacked out of me," Chris said in disbelief. From afar, we could be heard yelling at the comedian to not speak about Jada. "Keep my wife's name out of your mouth," he screamed twice. Though the King Richard actor publicly apologized, the two are still not on amicable terms, and Chris aired out the drama in his new Netflix special. So what was Will Smith's reaction to Chris Rock's selective outrage? According to several sources, not that well. Will is embarrassed and hurt by what Chris said about him and his family in his Netflix special. He didn't watch it, but he had people tell him what Chris said. A source told ET, "It's everywhere where you look online and on social media." So Will and Jada have seen comments about it. Will apologized to Chris and would like for Chris to let it go. The source added, "Will has worked on himself and he is banned by the Oscars for 10 years. He feels like that's enough and wants Chris to move on, so that he and everyone else can too." Will is also upset that Netflix was a part of this and thinks Chris insulting Jada again is below the belt. He is upset that Netflix gave Chris this platform to share these messages and thinks it's distasteful. Though the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air actor still had a lot to say since he felt terrible for so long about smacking Chris at the Oscars, he tried unsuccessfully to make amends in the best way he could with Chris. Throughout his set, Chris teased some jokes alluding to the slap by saying words hurt. Anybody who says that words hurt has never been punched in the face.
Anybody that says words hurt has never been punched in the face.
He ended his set by calling Will Suge Smith, a reference to the currently incarcerated Death Row Records CEO Suge Knight, who was sentenced to 28 years in prison in 2018 for a heinous crime. Rock was taking out his anger over his wife's entanglement with musician August Alsina, which was discussed on her show Red Table Talk in 2020. "She hurt him way more than he hurt me," Rock said. He continued, "Will Smith is significantly bigger than me. Will Smith does movies with his shirt off. You've never seen me do movies with my shirt off. If I'm in a movie getting open heart surgery, I've got on a sweater," Chris said. Will Smith played Muhammad Ali in a movie. "You think I auditioned for that part? I played Pookie in New Jack City." He admitted he was a fan of Will when he was opening for Run DMC. "But now I watch Emancipation just to see him get whooped," referencing where Will played slave Peter during the Emancipation Proclamation era. Another source told People that Will is relying on his family for support. Family is important to him, and Smith leaned on them. In the aftermath of the incident, the source said it all has helped him look inside and mature. He is better, but still remorseful, the source continued. Will listened to those who tried to help him and feels that he has become a better person. A source also told Page 6 that the comedian still hasn't accepted an apology yet. Will did call Chris last year after the Oscars, but Chris didn't pick up, and they haven't spoken since. Chris was open for a call until Will made his public apologies, and then all of those Red Table Talk Rock discussions, Will's 2 public apologies were all about saving his own reputation. The source told the site, Will has not apologized to Chris Rock in person, and Chris isn't expecting it. The source said that the comedy set was closure for Chris. He wanted to do that in a safe place. In his apology video that he released in July 2022 titled It's Been a Minute, Will revealed that he's reached out to Chris, who rejected his request to talk because he's just not ready yet. I'm here whenever you're ready to talk, he said in the message towards the Madagascar voice actor. I've reached out to Chris and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out, Will said. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. He also confessed that he didn't realize how many people would be hurt by his actions. I saw an interview that his mother did. That's one of the things about that moment I didn't realize. I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment, he said. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock, Chris's younger brother. We had a great relationship. Tony Rock was my man. This is probably irreparable. Will ended his video by telling viewers that he spent the past 3 months since the Oscars replaying the moment with Chris in his mind. I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the complexities and nuances of what happened, he said. I'm not gonna try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to you, there was no part of me that thought that was the right way to behave in that moment. As a result of the slap, the Academy has banned Will for 10 years. It has been a tradition for the winners of the previous year to present their awards to their successors for the next year. But he will not have this honor. In an open letter, the Academy announced the board has decided for a period of 10 years from April 8, 2022. Smith shall not be permitted to attend any Academy events or programs, in person or virtually, including but not limited to the Academy Awards. In the same statement, the Academy apologized to Chris, the rest of the Academy, and the public for the moment. We want to express our deep gratitude to Mr. Rock for maintaining his composure under extraordinary circumstances. We also want to thank our hosts, nominees, presenters, and winners for their poise and grace during our telecast. Meanwhile, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences has announced a special crisis team to help avoid any similar beatdowns at Sunday's ceremony. Bill Kramer, who took over as CEO of the Academy in July 2022, revealed that the designated team will be ready to spring into action at the March 12 ceremony if things go awry. We have a whole crisis team, something we've never had before, and many plans in place. Kramer said, we've run many scenarios, so it is our hope that we will be prepared for anything that we may not anticipate right now, but that we're planning for just in case it does happen. For this part, 2023 host Jimmy Kimmel has vowed to beat the crap out of anyone who attempts any physical funny business under his watch. How about you? What can you say about Chris Rock's take on the new Netflix special? Was it too much? That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this.